Well. It's another day that we are meeting. As I said yesterday, my name is Jesse, and more to that, I'm a chief chef, whereby based on nutrition, and that's why today we are looking on issue based on food nutrition. Why do we talk about food nutrition? We talk about food nutrition. Why? Because sometimes you may find that this body, if at all we are not based, or rather we are not looking with that issue of food nutrition, in one or the other we might not be able to reach to what, or rather to where we have set our goals. And when you are still talking about food nutrition, let us start with the word food. Food is it is any substance, whether liquid or solid, that it is taken the body, and in order to maintain the life and growth. So meaning that food, being a solid or liquid, it makes body to grow. It makes a good maintenance of life. So for you now to have a good life, whereby the God has given you, you have to take food. So food is anything which is liquid or solid that will make your body, or rather will make you, or rather will give you a growth. So now, that's why now this evening when we are talking about the food nutrition, the word that we are starting with is the word food, whereby it is not just eating. Sometimes you may find that we are eating, but yet we are eating mashakura. But this mashakura might not have a good nutritional value. So the food that you are eating sometimes lazima zikuwe na value yake. And when it has, or rather when they have a good value, they will make your life to be smart and have a good growth. And a good growth is whereby you find that somebody is growing, somebody has a good life. And why? Because of good food that he or she has taken. Let's come to the next one, which is nutrition. Nutrition is about what we eat. Are you eating mashakura that at the end of the day has a value? They might be mashakura, but at the end of the day, this mashakura is variable to your body. Sometimes there are some areas that we call them clogeras in your body. And this clogeras is based on nutrition. That's why we normally say the age between 20 and 30, 50 and 60, they are supposed to take these types of food. Why? Because some of this food are variable because of the ages. The ages between 40 and 60. The ages between 60 and 70. They might not be able to eat the same food. And also, that's why now we are saying nutrition is about what we eat. Now, there's word nutrition in Azar. It has, or rather it has its growth of the word nutrients. What do we get? Or rather, the word nutrients come from the word nutrition, whereby the nutrients is an element whereby is found in food, which performs differently and function when absorbed into the body. This element are carbohydrates, fats, oil, protein, vitamins, minerals, salt, and water. And you may find all these nutrients, how you combine them, when you combine them, that's the time the word nutrients or nutrition is born. In which way? That now the word nutrition, you might put it in the plate. But when it comes to nutrients, it's those elements. Now, it's up to you, what kind of element are you putting in the plate? Does the protein go up than the carbohydrates? Especially people for diabetic, or rather for them that they have pressure, or rather they have kids, or rather the kids, you may find that each and everyone has to take his or her own element whereby it will be based with his or her own body to make it grow. And on number 2, to have a good life. And that's why this evening, when you're talking about the food and nutrition, we are saying that we need a good diet. Now, the word diet comes in those three areas about the food, nutrition, and nutrients. So that at the end of the day, the growth, when it comes to expand, it expands in a way that now it goes to the word diet. So when it comes to the diet is a meal. Whereby then you have to ask yourself, what kind of a meal are you taking? This evening, this night, what kind of meal are you taking? Are you taking a food that at the end of the day will help you to grow? Are you taking a food or rather a meal at the end of the day will make you to take the next step? You know, in life, we need 3, 4, 5 steps. Step number 1, it's whereby the meal that will make your brain continue working. The meal that will take or rather will make your mind continue working. The meal that will make your sense continue working. The meal that will make your body function continue functioning. So, and another in that nature, you may find that this meal, then you have to sit down and then you ask yourself, what kind of meal am I taking? And why am I taking this food? What kind of, at which age are you taking this meal? Because sometimes you may find that the kid of, or rather the child of the age of 1 year and 3 years, they might not be able to take the same food between with somebody of that years and 50 years. So, but sometimes you may find that maybe you are taking that meal, but we don't know why we are taking that food. That's why even when I'm talking about food and nutrition, I'm telling you, it is good that you value yourself more than anything else. That you think, what kind of food are you taking? Why are you taking that food? Now, number 2, have you reached to a point of whereby that you have a growth? You have centered your life to something which is favorable to your life. Something that at the end of the day, somebody might say, oh, she was taking something good. And that food, you might find that now it will make your growth in terms of eyes, ears, mind, brain are working well. But sometimes you may find that now when you eat food, somebody might say, I just want to take food so that your stomach become full. But rather, you just feel, I'm satisfied. But is it good that satisfaction is working? So that's why now when we call a meal, then we talked about this meal, then you have to base it with a word called balanced diet. So the diet that you have taken, you find that now is a good diet and should be balanced. And by having all the food groups kama zile ambayo tumesema hapo mbele, like when you are talking about the oil, when you are talking about carbohydrates, when you come to talking about the vitamin and protein and minerals, are you able to take the water the way you are supposed to take the water? We have been telling clients that sometimes it is good that after meal or before a meal you take water. And in most cases we normally say that you are supposed to take warm water. You know, sometimes you do rush to the cold water and it is evening, whereby in one or the other might bring contaminations. But in the real sense, we normally say that when you are taking water, take it warm. And you are supposed to take like 7 glasses per day. Whereby you find that now, instead of tea in the morning, you wake up, you take tea, and maybe it's about around 6. Why don't you take water in the morning, and then at around 10 you take breakfast? And that's why you find that the English people, they normally say that you break the fast from morning 6, 7, 8, at around 9, then 10 you start now taking your breakfast. You break the fast. so that now you can take something to eat, you can take your tea. But before that, you have taken enough water because of your body. And that's why sometimes you normally say that when you wake up in the morning and you find that you are not yawning, you are not going to toilet direct in that morning, you are supposed to go to the hospital because your body is not in good functioning. So that's why now when we conclude in this area and we talk about nutrition. Nutrition, it's the process. It is the process whereby the body is making use of the food. So all the process make, or rather, we can put this to if you're able to understand me, I can say that food and nutrition, food might be husband and nutrition might be a wife. So when they marry, they try to come out with a process, and this process, you find that now the body will be able to function well, and all the products that you give out through the nutrition, whereby the function of the body, the eyes are working, the ears are working, the mind is working, your cogosity is very smart. Those are the productions after the marriage between food and nutrition. So when this meal is in the process, in the table, you find that as well it is based on nutrition, whereby it will take its own process to the body so that they may make, or rather it may make the use of the food. So meaning that now the process are eating in correct way, and a good amount of the food, not just putting the full plate, the plate is full, and then you find that now it just machakura. No, it is food that at the end of the day might be a good quantity, but a quantity with value. You may find that because of their digestion, the food is so, the digestion of the food is so that the food can use the nutrients. So when it comes to the digestion, you may find that now the nutrition will be asked 1, 2, 3 questions by somebody called the body through the intestines. So they through intestine, through the digestions, so that at the end of the day may give out good answerable, or other answers. There's what we call there I can remember what we call the nutrition also working in the blood. How this food is going to get into the blood. There's a mucus here in the heart, whereby the one that makes this food is this food is supposed to go to the blood, and the other one is supposed to go to the toilet through digestion and what we call the big and small intestines. So, and that's why down there we have the bacteria called vitamin C. So it will depend whether your food was good or not. Was it variable? And that's why sometimes when you find that there's some people, they might take food, but anything to do with growth, nothing like that. As I conclude, I say that there's what we call elimination of the waste. The elimination of the waste might be much more than what you gain in your blood, than what you gain in your body. So that's why sometimes you normally say, does this nutrients visit the cells in the body so that it may produce what we call the energy, maintenance, and growth to the cells, tissues, and organs. So that's why now we are concluding by saying it is good that when you are eating, let us eat a good food. When we are putting food in the plate, let us ask ourselves, what kind of food do we put in the plate? Is it based on nutrients? Is it based on our life, our growth? What are we focusing on it? Are we focusing on our future because of what we are eating? And by doing so, believing and trusting that all of us, we shall be able to take a good food each and every time, each and every day. Be blessed and much more. Let's meet next time. Jesse from Vision Caterers Training Center. Thank you.
Hapo kwenye mkono.
Bye.
Finya hapo Maina. So finya kuna ogopa. And now.